So here's the reason why I can't do an actual demonstration of physical shapeshifting. Part of it, you can probably guess, part of it might just make your brain explode, but I'm going to tell you. So start out by saying that the real reason why just in the past 150 so years the Abrahamics have left us alone, and there hasn't been any 150, 200 years max, any mass culling of people who have magic, is because we have hid that from not only the world, but a lot of people that survived hid it from their children, even because they didn't want their children to be targets. And so now most modern day pagans don't even believe in it. This has got a blanket of secrecy over it. And if people just start believing, if you give them on the chance that someone might actually be able to tell the difference between a video that has been edited with CGI versus a video that has not had any editing in it at all, on the assumption that that is possible, that someone, some kind of expert or someone could potentially see that difference, I can't take that chance, because then that would be, if they can prove that it was not edited, then that would be proof right there that it exists. And if people knew it existed, people like to think that the witch hunt stopped just because people got more humane and started using their hearts more. No, I'm sorry, that's not why it stopped. You like to think that, but that's not why. Whilst I will say that there are a few modern, very modern day Abrahamics that might be alright with it, most of them will not be. Even if they think that they would, when the day would come and they realise that that fear is going to take over, even if it's their best friend, it's going to take over. For a lot of them, very few people are actually going to be like, I'm cool with it, I'm fine, because it's too deeply rooted in their belief that any magic at all is evil. So any physical, tangible, easily obvious thing, it's not just shapeshifting, anything that's just really obvious like that, whether it's, shapeshifting, telekinesis, making, I don't know, light appear out of your hand or something, I don't know, just whatever it is, if it's physically, tangibly noticeable like that, you can't let anyone know, unless you really, really trust somebody. You can't, just let anyone. And this is, public to the video, open to the public, anyone can see it. And so that's why, if anything like this ever became known, if it ever became known again with actual physical proof, and there was no doubt in anyone's mind, we would be right back where we were 200 so years ago, when people were hanging us and lighting us on fire and that sort of thing, nailing us to crosses and lighting us on fire. There would be no difference. You want to think that there would be, but there will not be. The Abrahamics are vast in numbers. They can change laws, they can make it happen. Maybe it's just a lethal injection or something, but it doesn't matter. They will still kill us if they know. The majority will. Again, some of them maybe, but for 1,000 years plus, they were killing us, and only the last 150, 170 something years they've left us alone. That's only been because the lack of proof. You have generation number one. But let's go just a few generations back. Okay, generation number one, tell stories about it. Generation two, hears the stories but never witnesses anything. Generation three, there's no stories anymore and they don't witness anything. Generation four, it's just not even possible. So it only takes a few generations of people not witnessing something to think it doesn't exist. Luckily, thankfully. But unfortunately, it takes a lot less time when it's proven that it exists. People have not changed that much. It's not because they got kinder. It's not because they used their hearts more. For the majority of people, it doesn't matter. It's either going to be run by fear or it's going to be run by flat out evilness and blindness. But that is what would happen. We will be right back where we were 200 years ago. Ish. Because I don't keep exact dates of history in my brain. So, bad with numbers anyway. That's why I can't do an example, an actual demonstration of it. Even if I wanted to. Honestly, this is my personal opinion. I believe that nobody's gonna think it's anything other than a CGI, high-tech CGI edited something. But I am bound in stone by these rules. And so even if I thought that there was no chance anyone would ever think it was real, I can't do it anyway, because I'm bound in stone. That's kind of part of being a pagan. If it's against the rules, you kind of just, you harness yourself to those laws because you realize not only what would happen to you, but everyone else around you, globally even, potentially. And it is a harnessing because I am dictated by whatever I'm told I can and can't do. And yeah, technically, I could technically decide, to rebel against something I'm not allowed to do. But I know better because that is too deep a consequence. It's if you do something like that, you get threefold, and I've served a threefold already for a past life. I don't need another one. So I just it's I'm in a spot now where I've learned from my mistakes in a past life, and I'm just now mending, and I do not need another one. So it doesn't matter what it is, I just always do what I am asked to do and refrain from doing anything that I'm told I can't do. A question that has risen, not as often as that one, but I guess periodically, and I have a bit of time, so I'll answer it. Currently, as I say this video, I hope one day that it gets beyond this. But currently, as I say this video, I've only gotten to phase 3 once. Once while awake. No one has ever watched me sleep, thankfully, so I don't know what happens when I dream that I'm in phase 3. I don't know if my body does it when I'm asleep or not, but only once when I was awake did I get to the 3rd phase of shapeshifting, which is where your muscles, bones, organs start kind of shifting and moving about and repositioning and anyway. And then it was only partial shift. So I've never, to this day, fully shifted. But I hope that one day I'll be able to do. Right now I've still got, the only thing really keeping me back is some chakra work that I have. That's the biggest thing keeping me back right now. And chakras can be a pain in the ass because they take a long time to mend, you know. So really, that's, if I could just do that, then I could. And honestly, if that happens, I'm not going to bother with a video. I'm gone. I'm gone, and I'm, you know, unless there's something that is keeping me here, some kind of really massive humanish responsibility that is keeping me from making the shift permanent. Unless that happens, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm never shifting back. So anyway, it's something that, you know, I get asked on rare occasions, not, you know, but I felt like I have time, why not answer? So